issues. Remember, the president couldn't get that funding from Congress, so he declared an emergency, and he was able to move $6.7 billion from other projects toward the construction of the wall. Well, Democrats didn't like that. Nancy Pelosi and some of the House Democrats, they decided to sue. This has made it through the courts.
Well, and so yesterday, the president actually got a win in the courts when U.S. District Judge Trevor McFadden, who is a Trump appointee, he ruled in favor of the Trump administration. Because the Democrats were saying, look, you can't use Pentagon funds to do that. He said that the House of Representatives did not have standing in this case. They cannot sue another branch of government. There are other legislative ways they can get around it. This is not one of them.
All right. The other news on that front, Steve, but nothing actually practically stands. Like the tractors don't necessarily get to go. The money doesn't exactly get deposited because there's another motion to try to stop it again. But it's got an emergency order
in California.
So let's just look at something else. Now, we told you the numbers were staggering. Get this. The DHS says they project 1 million illegal immigrants will be apprehended. Those are the ones that go up, take me, process me. That's not the ones we don't get that say, let me in or I'm sneaking in, including, guess what, a 600% increase in family units to the tune of 53,000 plus family units have just come to this country and just ignored our immigration system.
Well, because they're taking advantage of the laws on the book and on the books, and they say, look, if you have a child in your unit, you can go ahead and you will wind up with due process in this country.
If you read the report, it talks about overcrowded holding areas. Most adults, provided that they have a child with them, they have stated that they fear returning to their country of origin. It goes on to say that they are overwhelmed. They bus these individuals into cities in the United States. They drop them off at nonprofit shelters that are also overwhelmed, and says the odds of being caught, because they're not showing up for court, the odds of being caught and removed remain very low.
Well, Customs and Border Protection said this. They've got a quote. Apprehensions by USBP currently at levels not seen in a decade will approach 1 million in fiscal year 19 unless actions are immediately taken. The president tweeted this out. As a sign of good faith, Mexico should immediately stop the flow of people and drugs to their country and to our southern border. They can do it if they want. I read this morning there's some suggestion that some Mexican officials have said, look, it could be a lot worse. We've got something like 250,000 migrants who are traveling from Central America toward the United States, and we've got them in this country right now.
So that's how they would get back at us for offering the tariffs.
That's their leverage.
So the thing is, they're coming Wednesday, and hopefully both sides get things done. They look at their southern border and see how they can bolster it up. If we could help them in any way, that would be the most positive thing, because the market does not like this tariff threat on Mexico.
Well, it's going to happen on June 10th, which is next Monday.
Next Monday, indeed. All right.
Hand it over to Jillian. She has some headlines for us.
That's right. And good morning. Let's stay on the southern border for our first headline now. We start with this Fox News alert. A shootout on the southern border. A driver opening fire on Border Patrol agents at the San Ysidro port of entry. That's in San Diego. A white pickup truck was attempting to pass through and refused to stop. According to local reports, that's when the driver started shooting and multiple officers fired back. The driver was killed.